the probability. Yun, and here are the learning objectives that we failed to discuss last module. We have the conditional probability, Bayes theorem, and theorem of total probability. Actually, basic lang yun siya, guys. No? Based sa, kamo man last section ng tudloan na no? Based sa previous sections, mas dali daw ni siya compared sa counting techniques and classic probability, yung with permutation and combination. Sige, let's start. Sorry, wala na ko tingog kay tuloy-tuloy ako ang class. And same na dyan akong ginayap. Sige, let's discuss conditional probability. Conditional probability in its formal definition is a measure of the probability of an event occurring given that another event has occurred. Familiar ang phrase na given that an event has occurred? Di ba we encountered this sa multiplicative rules under dependent events, right? We have P of A and B. Recall the formula is equal to P of A times P of B given A. Tama? This is the formula for multiplicative rules under dependent events. Okay? Now take a look at the formula, guys, for the conditional probability. Di ba parang gi-divide lang si P of A on both sides in order to get or to isolate the probability of B given A. Ay, parang gi-divide lang. Di ba? Basic lang actually. So ito na yung formula. For the probability of B given A is just equal to the probability of A and B divided by probability of A. And on the other hand, the probability of A given B is just equal to the probability of A and B divided by the probability of B. So yung denominator lang yung nag-iba. Now, how do we know when to use P of A or P of B sa denominator? Just look at the right side of the bar sign. If it is A, P of A ang denominator. And if it is B, P of B ang denominator. Gets? For conditional probability, it's just basic substitution. Just memorize this formula and you're good to go. Pero, ang challenge lang dito guys is in determining whether to use the probability of B given A or P of A given B. Yun lang actually yung challenge. Sige daw, let's have an example. The probability that a regularly scheduled flight departs on time is 0.83. The probability that it arrives on time is 0.82. And the probability that it departs and arrives on time is 0.78. Find the probability that a plane A arrives on time given that it departed on time. Sige daw. For letter A. Sige. Before solving anything, guys, kailangan sa ninyo i-set ang variables, no? Actually, kayo bahala, no? On what notation to use, what variable to use. Pwede man D for departure or A for arrival. For as for me, again, I am more comfortable with using A and B lang and just assigning sa events. Say for example, departs, you can assign the departure as event B. Pwede, no? And then, arrive for event A. Okay? A for arrival and B for departure. Now, for letter A, what is the probability that the plane arrives on time given that it departed on time? For this question, are we solving for the probability of B given A or A given B? It's A given B. Well, very easy because we're solving for the probability of A arrives on time given that it departed on time, which is our event B. Ganyan lang. It's just, wait. For letter A, it's just the probability of A given B. And then just recall the formula. It's P of A and B divided by P of A or P of B? P of B because si B ang nasa right side, the bar side. And then, just substitute the values. What's the value for P of A and B? A and B? Ito ba? For both A and B, the answer is 0.78. Because it's given actually. Departs and arrives on time. And then for P of B, it's 0.83. Diba? Very basic. And that will give us an answer of in two decimal places. 0.9398. Okay? Very easy. Now, how about for letter B, guys? The probability that it departed on time given that it has arrived on time. So we're now solving for P of B given A. Okay, and same numerator, P of A and B, just different denominator. Instead of P of B, we use P of A. Okay? That will give us an answer of 0.9512. Easy. So it's 0.78 over 0.82. Wala ko. Nag-crush akong good notes. Uy, nasa manig ako sa meme. Marata ako ang trade offer, guys. Na-spoil naman sa trade offer na meme. See you later. Ay, ano to? Mukha, eh. 0.82. And that will give us a value of P of B given A that's equal to 0.9512. Wala, 31%. Ang battery. Gets? Easy lang, no? The challenge lang is in determining whether it's P of B given A or P of A given B. How about the next example? Sige daw. In a group of 100 sports car buyers, 30 bought alarm systems, 20 purchased bucket seats, and 10 purchased an alarm system and bucket seats. If a car buyer chosen at random bought an alarm system, what is the probability that they also bought bucket seats? Sige, let's assign variables muna. Say, si alarm system, yung A. Okay, I don't care kung ano yung mga variables niya, just as long as you know how to use them. And then B, si bucket seats. Sige daw. Next step. Are we solving for P of B given A or P of A given B? What's the answer? B given A or A given B? Who says P of A given B? Who says P of B given A? Hell yeah. The answer is P of B given A. Why? Why P of B given A? Because of the word if, no? We can actually interpret the word if as given, kumbaga, no? Can actually interpret it as given. Now, given that a car buyer chosen at random bought an alarm system, so it's given A, di ba? Given event A, because alarm system is for event A. Given event A, what is the probability that they also bought bucket seats? Okay, so given A, what is the probability of B? Or in other words, what is the probability of B given A? Nuggets? Easy. All right, so it's P of A and B. Just follow the formula again. All over P of, ano ang denominator? P of A. Okay. Now, question. The problem does not give us probability form values. No? It did not give us any probability form values, kundi yung mga numbers. Balik tayo sa classic probability. Yung formula ni classic probability, which is yung N of E over N of S. You need to solve for the probability again because we don't have this, we don't have this. We have to determine ano yung values nila. Okay? So we're still not done with probability, we're still not done with that bozo. So recall, so P of A and B, that's N of E over N of S. What's your N of S, guys? 100. We have 100 car buyers sa sample space. And N of E, what's our N of E? The answer is 10. It's actually given, no? 10 purchased an alarm system and bucket seats. Okay? 10 represents both. So that's your A and B. Kumbaga intersection nila ba? Meaning, your P of A and B now is just equal to 10 over 100. Gets? Clear, clear, clear? Okay. Now, how about for P of A? Sige, diretso na. What's the answer? What's the probability of A? 30 over 100. Guess bakit 30 over 100? You have 30, bought the alarm systems, and then 100 sample space. It's 30 over 100. But very easy. Now, next is just substitute the values. We have P of B given A is equal to 10 over 100 over 30 over 100. Okay? Which is equal to 1/3 or 0.3333. Same answer? Okay. Di ba dali lang si conditional probability? Again, it's just basic substitution. All you have to do is determine lang on whether you use P of B given A or P of A given B. Yun lang actually yung challenge. And it's all in the words. It's all in the comprehension of the problem. Okay, question regarding conditional probability. Yes, okay na? Sige, let's now discuss the next rule of probability. We have the theorem of total probability. Okay, before we proceed with theorem of total probability, guys, can you still remember our topic on tree diagram? Can you still remember ano yung meaning ng tree diagram? I mean, ano yung meaning? Ano yung essence or purpose ni tree diagram? Di ba yun yung mag-branch out, right? And then it's actually a way of listing all the outcomes in the sample space. Say for example, if you are to toss a coin twice, pa twice. So your first toss, head, tails. And then your second toss, yun yung mag-branch out. Branch out to head, tails, and then for tails, another head, tails. Okay? Gets ba? All right. For tree diagram, guys, it's actually very essential too for solving probability because we can use the tree diagram in representing the probabilities in branching manner. No? Not just for ano kasi yung lesson natin regarding tree diagram sa introduction to probability, we use the tree diagram to list all possible outcomes. In this case, we will use the tree diagram to list all probability values. Sige, later we'll have an example. Basta as long as you can remember what a tree diagram is, we're good to go na. Sige, let's define the theorem of total probability. If several events B sub 1, B sub 2, until B sub k divide the sample space, the probability of A can be found by summing over all possible paths. And this is the formula. Whoosh. Kaya mo memorize? Can you memorize this formula, guys? Actually, ako, hindi ko rin kaya to memorize. No? We will not memorize this formula because, again, we can use the tree diagram method. Okay, we will use the tree diagram method in order to solve problems involving theorem of total probability. And ito yung tree diagram method, guys. Kaya memorize? Kaya? Kayo, uy. Kayo, uy. Okay, if you were to choose, would you memorize this one or this one? Ayan na lang. But actually, guys, you don't need to memorize either. Because we can actually derive this one based on the tree diagram. Ulog-ulogan man to mo. We can actually derive this one based on the tree diagram. Okay, let's look at the tree diagram here. Okay, familiar, di ba? This is the tree diagram. Okay, it's just a way of listing all possible outcomes. Or in this case, for probability applications, it's a way of listing all probability values. Okay? Now, this is your probability of B sub 1, B sub 2, and B sub 3. Now, these are the major events that divide your sample space. Tama? Based on the definition earlier. And then, ito yung mga branching na mga, diagram. These are your sub-events. Diba? This is the probability of A1 given that B1 occurred. Nagets? Nagets annotation? This is the probability of A2 given that B1 occurred. Ito siya. Mali siya actually. It's A1, should be A1, A2, A3. And the same goes for B sub 2 and B sub 3. Nagets? Okay, good. Now, how do we use these tree diagrams to solve problems involving theorem of total probability without needing to memorize this abomination? Sige, let's have an example. In a certain assembly plan, three machines A, B, and C make 30%, 45%, and 25% of the products, respectively. It is known from past experience that 2%, 3%, and 2% of the products made by each machine, respectively, are defective. Now, suppose that a finished product is randomly selected. Letter A. What is the probability that it is defective? Nag-guess niyo ang problem. Nag-guess niyo ang problem. We have an assembly plan. Say for example, it is an assembly plan for resistors. Okay? Now, in this assembly plan, we have three machines named A, B, and C. Okay? Ito yung mga nag-produce ng resistors. These are the machines that produce the resistors. Now, based on this problem, 30% daw, 30% of the total resistors were made by machine A or are made by machine A. 45% of the total resistors or products are made by machine B. And 25% of the total resistors are made by machine C. Get so far? Now, based on the data from past experience ko, no, 2% daw of the products made by machine A are defective. Nuggets, meaning si machine A, 2% of the products that this machine produces are defective. And then 3% for machine B and 2% for machine C. Yes na? Yes na ang premise? Okay. Now the question is, suppose that a finished product or a resistor is randomly selected from a pool, yung total resistors na, what is the probability that this resistor is defective? Yun na yung question. Given that 2% of machine A is defective, 3% of resistors made by machine B is defective, and 2% of the resistors made by machine C are defective. Nagets? Nagets na? Okay. Let's now solve this one using the tree diagram method. Sige, watch muna on how I write the tree diagram. Okay. We have P of A for machine A. P of B for machine B, and P of C for machine C. Okay? What percentage of the total resistors were made by machine A ba? 30%. So machine A, for P of A, that's 0.3. For P of B, that's 0.45. And P of C, that's 0.25. Follow so far? Hell yeah. Okay. Now, mag-branch out siya, guys. No? Because you have two outcomes for their products. Their products can be defective or not. No? Now, say for example, itong upward sky for defective. Take a look at the notation muna. Is the probability of the product to be defective. Now, D for defective, given that it is made by machine A. Nag-guess annotation? Okay, nag-guess annotation? The probability that the product is defective given that it is made by machine A, that's equal to what? 2%, or in decimal form, 0.02. All right? Now sa baba, that's the probability that the product is not defective, or D bar. Diba? It's one way of signifying the not na symbol. Given that it is made by machine A, equal to 98% or 0.98. Guess why it's 0.98? Yes, basic common sense lang, no? If 2% are defective, of course, 98% are not defective. It's just common sense lang. Okay? Now, how about for B? The probability that it is defective, given that it is made by machine B, is equal to 0.03. And then the probability that it is not defective, given that it is made by machine B, is equal to 0.97. Then last one, same lang with machine A, no? Defective, given that it's made by machine C, that's equal to 0.02. And the probability that it is not defective, given that it is made by machine C, is equal to 0.98. This is now your tree diagram. Guess on how to make the tree diagram based on the situation. It's very easy. Now, how do we use this tree diagram? in order to solve the problem, no? The probability that the product is defective. Okay, if we are to choose one random product. Now, recall muna the definition of total probability. It states here that the probability of A daw can be found by summing over all possible paths. So we're just adding the possible paths that lead to the certain outcome that we are concerned with. And that outcome, in this scenario, ano yung outcome that we are looking for? Yes, the outcome is defective. We're looking for the probability that that certain resistor is defective. Now, what are the paths leading to the defective? Upwards or downwards? Upwards. So ito lahat, ito siya yung paths leading to defective, right? This one, and then this one. Okay? And then ano yung sinabi? It's just summing over, right? So you just add them. Take a look at this one, okay? So the probability that it is defective is just equal to 0.3 times 0.2 plus 0.45 times 0.03 plus 0.25 times 0.02. Nag-guess ang pattern? You're just multiplying this one to this one. Okay, ito yung path, di ba? And then plus this one to this one. Multiply 0.45 to 0.03. And then plus, lastly, 0.25 to 0.02. Okay? You're just summing over all possible paths. And then, yung mga, ito ganing mga nodes, kumbaga, ito yung mga endpoints ng path, you just multiply them. Nagets? Nagets ang pattern? Okay? Now, sige daw, what's the answer? What's the probability that that resistor is defective? Sige daw, can somebody calculate? The answer is 0.0245. Easy lang. Right? Now, how about for letter B? Sige daw, kayo daw for letter B. What's the answer? You can actually use that. Pwede, pwede. Pero sige daw, wala mo na. You use the law of complementary events, right, for that. Pero sige daw, what if you don't know the law of complementary events? Let's use the raw dog version muna, yung laying down all the terms. Pero nagas ba? Yung path now for not defective kay pababa na. And you just sum all the paths. The answer is the answer is 0.9755. Nuggets. So for the probability that is not defective is equal to 0.3 times 0.98 plus 0.45 times 0.97 plus 0.25 times 0.98. And that will give us an answer of 0.9755. Which is equal to yung apelyido gani ate? Mama? Ha? Madam? Ay, bada. Okay, okay. Yun, sabi ni Badang? Ay, bad ng? Camille. Okay, ni Camille. Sabi niya na, pwede daw 1 minus. Which is actually okay. Ay, which is actually right because by the virtue of the law of complementary events, we can actually, di ba, use the probability of the event not happening is equal to 1 minus the probability of the event happening. Di ba? Just basically just equal to 0.0245, 0.9755. Okay? Guys, paki-change niyo ang guys sa Blackboard. Please change your profile picture para mabala na kayo ang mga pangalan. Okay? Kaya dito magugumakuan, maulo magugumakuan sa pangalan ba? So mo to gina-quiz na tanan gina. What's up fam? Get well soon fam. Ano lang. So it's 9755. Okay? Cool. Gets easy. So tama yun. You can use the law of complementary events for that. You can use this one or you can use the raw dog version, yung laying down all terms. Alright? Question. Regarding theorem of total probability. Wala? Sige daw, kayo daw for this problem. 80% of people attend their primary care physician regularly. Among these people, 35% have no health problems reported during the following year. On the other hand, out of the 20% of people who don't see their doctor regularly, only 5% have no health issues during the following year. Question, what is the probability that a random person will have no health problems in the following year? Nagets ang problem? Ma-understand? Okay, good. Sige, first draw the tree diagram, guys, in order for you to visualize the probability values. And then just trace the paths leading to the outcome that we are concerned with. And that outcome is, ano yung outcome that we are concerned with? Yung no health problem. May answer na? Good. It's 0.29. Same answer. Sa left people sa left side. The boat is sinking. Okay? 0.29. Nagets? Sige, let's draw the tree diagram muna. What is the major category? Yung first series. First column. Yes, exactly. Those who attend their physician and those who don't. So we have P of A, those who attend. Okay, and those who don't. We can actually use P, not A for this one. Okay, and then P of A is equal to 0.8. And then P of not A is equal to 0.2. Okay, then mag-branch out siya. It branches out. Each will branch out to the probability that they have, that the people reported with health problems given that they attend their physician. And that is equal to? Ano naman nakuha 29 lagi? With health problem given that they attend their physician. What's the value? 0.65. Okay, so the answer is 0.65. Gets? And then the probability that they do not have a health problem the following year given that they attend their doctor or physician is equal to 0.35. Okay? Now how about for the people who don't attend their physician? The probability that they have health issue given that they do not attend their physician is equal to 0.95. Easy. And then the probability that they do not have a health issue during the following year, given that they do not attend their physician, is equal to 0.05. It's just given in the problem. All right? And again, we are concerned with the outcome na no health problem, right? Meaning, your path is upwards or downwards? Downwards. Ito yung paths natin. And by the virtue of the theorem of total probability, you just add all paths. The probability that they have no health problem is equal to 0.8 times 0.35 plus 0.2 times 0.05. And that will give us a probability of 0.29. Okay, easy. Easy lang, no? Question regarding theorem of total probability. Gets? For theorem of total probability, just follow the paths. Okay? Just know what's the outcome that we are concerned with and follow the paths leading to that outcome. Okay, just sum them. Okay, clear? Clear? Sige, let's now discuss the last rule of probability. We have the Bayes rule. Okay? It's created by Thomas Bayes. Okay, but it's not included in the exam. I will not ask you mga questions now. Who invented this one? What year? I hate those questions, guys. So expect none of those will be included in the exam. Yung mga names, we don't like that. Sige. For Bayes rule, actually same, no? Very essential C3 diagram for Bayes rule. Because Bayes rule is an extension of both conditional probability and theorem of total probability. Sige, let's define Bayes rule first. For Bayes rule, if several events B sub 1, B sub 2, up to B sub k divide the sample space, then for any event A in the sample space, such that P of A is not equal to 0, is mathematically expressed as this abomination. Kaya memorize? Guys, sorry, you have no choice but to memorize the formula. If you do not know how to write the tree diagram. But if you know how to write the tree diagram, then of course, no need to memorize this one. As long as you know how to write the tree diagram and how to use it. Okay, and take note, again, Bayes rule is an extension to both conditional probability and theorem of total probability. Now, how do you use the tree diagram in order to solve Bayes rule problems? Let's take a look at this example. It's actually the same example, no? Same example regarding an assembly plant with 3 machines. Now, for Bayes rule, iba lang yung question actually. For Bayes rule, ito yung question niya. Now, suppose that a finished product is randomly selected and is found to be defective. Letter A, what is the probability that it was made by machine A? Nag-guess nyo? Nakuha niyo ang difference. No? May difference between Bayes rule and theorem of total probability. Sige na, what's the difference pa sa questioning ni Bayes rule and the theorem of total probability? I don't feel like. Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. For Bayes rule, for Bayes rule, no, exactly, we are circling back. No? Actually, for Bayes rule, guys, you can actually interpret it as, sino ba yung salarin? No, who's the culprit? Who is the cause? Or what is the probability that the cause for this is machine A? No, so we're circling back. For theorem of total probability, we are only concerned with the outcome. Nagets? Yung outcome lang, whether defective ba or not defective, with health problems ba or without health problems, pasa ba siya or hindi, yun lang outcomes. For Bayes rule, we are concerned with the probability that it came from this machine. What is the probability that if found to be defective, it is made by machine A? What is the probability that if found to have health problems, galing siya sa people who attend their physician? What is the probability na if pasa siya sa exam, galing siya section 8296? Diba? So we are concerned with sino, who's the culprit, who's the cause. What is the cause? Okay? Now, how do we apply the tree diagram in solving Bayes rule problems? Sige. Since this is the same scenario, we can just copy the tree diagram. Pero kaya naman kaya? You can create the tree diagram naman kaya? Sige, copy ko na lang para hindi tayo mahirapan. Okay, sige, tapos ang komot, guys. Okay? This is now your tree diagram. All right. Now, observe mo na on how I solve for letter A. For letter A, what is the probability that it was made by machine A? Okay, we're solving for the probability, the probability that it was made by machine A, given that it is defective. Nag-guess annotation. Because we're concerned with what is the probability that machine A, that it was made by machine A, given that the product is found to be defective. Nag-gets annotation? Sure? So the probability that is made by machine A given that it is defective. Para bang ano ba, na baliktad lang, di ba? Baliktad lang. Okay? So we're solving for the probability that is made by machine A given that it is defective. And observe muna the formula. I believe you can already see the pattern once nasulat na yung formula. Sige, we have defective, right? So it's 0.3 times 0.02 all over the black. 0.3 times 0.02 plus 0.45 times 0.03 plus 0.25 times 0.02. What? Na-capture ang pattern? Nag-guess ang pattern? Diba it's the same as still, no? Tracing the paths leading towards the defective. Ito lahat, upwards, upwards. However, for base rule, it's the machine in question, yung path, no, ng machine in question, it's machine A, divided by the sum of all paths. Gets? No, so it's path of machine A, that's 0.3 times 0.02, all over the sum of all paths leading to the defective. Okay? Nagets? And that will give us an answer of 0.2449. Exactly, 0.2449. Nagets? Sige daw, how about for letter B? Sige daw, solve for letter B. Just give me the answer. For nagets? Nagets ang process. Sige, sige, sige. Legal cue. You gotta make your own kind of music. So we're solving for the probability of B given that it is defective. Satisfied like answer na? Starts with letter Z. 0.5510. Yes, exactly. Guess na? Good, I understand it now. Okay, napalabas is 0.5510. Goods, goods. Okay. The answer is, the formula is just 0.45 times 0.03. All over, ito siya. Copy ko na lang. Intentional lang siya na block, guys. Because it's the same. Now, what have you observed sa denominator ba? Huh? Same lang siya with the theorem of total probability. Yes, exactly. Same lang siya. Because, again, this is the reason why Bayes' rule is an extension of both conditional, because take a look at this, conditional probability, and theorem of total probability. So, nag-guess na niyo ang connection. Okay? You understand it now. And that will give us a value of 0.5510. Sige, how about for letter C? 0.2041. Easy. That's for letter C. Solving for the probability that is made by machine C, given that it is defective. Oh my gosh, play space. Zero 0.2041. Okay, clear? Easy. Okay. Now, how about this example? Question muna regarding this example. All goods? Same lang no, same technique, tree diagram, follow the paths. You're good to go. How about this example? Sige daw. Same scenario actually, pero iba na yung question. The question is, if a random person is picked and is reported to have a health issue during the following year, what is the probability that it was from the group of people who attend their primary care physician regularly? So your outcome now is those with health issue. Okay. Health issue. Na, 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 na. Lo, 15% na lang iPad. Kaya pa na yung survive pa. Sige, copy ko na lang ang tree diagram guys ah. Sige, ano yung path natin? Upwards or downwards? Your path is upwards. Upwards na because we're concerned with people who have health issues. So upwards yung path. And then what is the probability now na if this person will have a health issue during the following year, it is from the group of people who attend their primary care physician regularly. May answer na for decimal places. 0.7324. Same answer? Same. Okay, goods. So the probability that the person has a health issue during the following year, given that they attend their physician, is equal to 0.8 times 0.65 all over 0.8 times 0.65 plus 0.2 times 0.95. This will give us a value of 0.7324. Okay? Yun na. Easy lang. Easy, easy. Okay, that's it for the theorem of total probability in base rule. Very basic lang. Again, you just have to follow the paths. Okay? So we still have time, so let's solve one more example under conditional probability just to master because I think so far, no, based on the three rules, yung conditional probability ang medyo confusing. See, theorem and base rule, dali lang. Because you just have to draw the tree diagram and then just follow the paths. Sige. Sige, let's solve one more question for practice lang. Supposedly, assignment to siya. Actually, lahat ng mga practice assignment guys, no need to submit. It's for practice only. Sige, let's solve this one here. Before I give you my trade offer. May exam kayo next week. Physics? Shit. What day? Fudge. So, di tayo mga class niyan? Ha? Morning exam. Sige. I'll try to plot the schedule if kaya ba na hindi mag-class during that week. I know, not exactly, not the whole week. Pero siguro, ano lang, at least 1 day, siguro 2 days. For you to focus on physics and calculus. Physics lang. Integral. Hell na. Really? Next week din? Exam nyo sa integral is on Wednesday, 7 a.m. Same sa EDA. Patay na ron. And, wait sa integral. Physics pa, di ba? Thursday, 7 a.m. din. 9:30 a.m. Okay lang. We can... So, Tuesday na lang. Ang hindi na lang muna mag-class. Tuesday. And then Thursday, Saturday, we'll have class. For you to focus on your exams. Sige, sige. Pangita schedule, no? Sige, answer. 0 point? Sige, let's assign variable muna. Sige, actually, tama yun, 0.35. Let's assign variables muna. Si oil change, that's our event A. Okay? And then si oil filter, siya yung event B. Okay? Gets? Now, what are we solving for? A given B or B given A? Yes, it's A given B. Because given that a new oil filter is needed. So given B, what is the probability that the oil has to be changed? What is the probability of A given B? Okay, we're solving for A given B. All right? And then just follow the formula, substitute values. That's 0.14 for A and B, and then 0.4 for P of B. And that's 0.35 na. Gets? Gets? Okay, question regarding conditional probability and theorem of total and base rule. Wala na, wala na. Yes na, okay, good. Sige. Sure, guess na?